Hello, Pamela Spence, medical herbalist here. These are my clinic notes for the week, and they're a day late because I completely forgot to do them yesterday. And I think that's a point worth talking about. So, the place I live in Scotland, in the Central Belt on the West Coast, we are going into a new lockdown as of 6 o'clock this evening. So, this is Friday, the 20th of November. And of course, kind of bumbling along as we were in our tier 3 restrictions that we got used to, suddenly there was this dawning realization that there's actually quite a lot to get done. So for myself and my husband, that has meant almost entirely closing our physical clinic and supporting the people who work out of it with rebookings and letting people know and explaining who's allowed to work. If you do happen to be in our local area and are watching, because you know the Carrick Clinic, podiatry services, osteopathic services, and our new ear clinic run by a nurse are all allowed to continue, but everyone else has to stop. So I thought it was an opportune moment, really. I could have just skipped today, and I thought, no, I'm going to come on because I've just also been out because our puppy food that gets delivered hasn't turned up. Everything's slowed up again. You know, suddenly we can't get hold of it. I've had to go to the pet shop this morning. And this sense of not like last time, not the high anxiety of last time, but this sense of change and not knowing and having to rearrange and adapt yet again this year. This has been the year of adapting, and it has pushed us to our maximum in terms of constant adapting. And we're very good at that, human beings, but it does take its toll. And I certainly have noticed in the last few weeks, and certainly this week, I've dropped the ball on a few things this week because that sense of, all change again. And of course, coming up to the big Christmas holiday period and people wondering how that's going to work. And so really my strategies for coping with that would be, the 3 pillars that I teach the members of my women's online community for busy women who do too much. That would be, we always, we breathe, we change, I catch myself and change my breathing so that I slow myself down and stop myself getting frazzled. I move, so I might just walk around the house. I might just stretch where I am. I might go for a walk with the dog if I really need to clear my head. And nourishing. And the easiest, quickest, fastest way for me to do that is grab a cup of herbal tea of something that I know that I need. So, at the moment I'm drinking something calming, something that will support my adrenals, and will focus my head on the things I need to get through before 6 o'clock tonight. And I feel like a lot of people have been talking about that all week. So I know that, if you're watching this and you're in England, of course, you've been in lockdown for longer. You are coming to the end of yours. We've been in very restricted circumstances and becoming more restricted. But coming to the end of a lockdown is going to mean another change. And it's that adapting that is really beginning to take its toll. Lots of people, as I've said in the last couple of weeks of Clinic Notes, have found their mood dropping. And we've talked in those short videos about ways to boost your mood. So thinking about, again, herbs you can immediately access. This doesn't take a lot of money and everyone can do it. Things you might have in your garden already, like a rosemary plant, stuff you might have in your kitchen, like dried rosemary even, or ginger, or lemon balm, or things like that you can easily get, or you can buy in a tea bag. And as you know, as my work as the Twinings herbal expert, I'm one of the people who makes sure that what goes into the tea bags works. And I'm not the only one doing that. The other companies are all doing it. So buy from big, the big companies who have a good ethical background, and they will be doing the same thing. So this way of nourishing ourselves with herbal teas, it's immediate, it's not expensive, it's really accessible. And the supermarkets all carry this stuff. So things like chamomile based, even sleep blends are good, because herbs don't sedate you. It's more that they relax you and allow the sleep to come, which is why they're not strong enough for some people. If you're a real insomniac, they probably won't do it alone, but it will be about levels and layers of things that you do to help yourself. But you could take like a sleep tea. There's a lovely sleep tea that Celestial Seasonings do, and I like to drink that in the day as well if I'm feeling a bit frazzled. So I just wanted to come on and point out to everybody that we can all drop the ball. Right now is difficult. We've got the new buzzword around seems to be COVID fatigue. We're fed up with restrictions. We know what we have to do, though. We need to get through it. It's another change being asked of us, particularly in the area where I am right now. We can support ourselves through this. We might drop some balls, and you know what? It's okay, because this has been a year unlike any other. And so if I was to plead with you to do one thing, it would be to practice some self-care and look after yourself during this. Make sure that you are taking time out. Make sure that you're making space for yourself, especially if you're working from home and family are there. Space that you can kind of barricade the door and just be by yourself. Go for a walk. Go for an extra walk. Do what it is that you need, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and we do need to look after ourselves. So for my slightly less frazzled day to day, where I suddenly realised I hadn't done my clinic notes, I hope that you are well where you are, and let's see what the next week brings. Take care.